Hey friends, so we just got back from the grocery store and I'm just wanting to show you what it looks like before I clean everything up and go through everything. So just wanted to show you a realistic view of what our groceries look like. I'm just going to go through the process of what I do to kind of sanitize everything, as well as take it out of the packages and store it properly. Obviously in this time it's almost impossible to get things without waste, but we're doing what we can. With our produce, I just put everything in the cart as is, avoid all of those little plastic bags. However, to avoid food waste, we do try to buy from the 50% off or discount area. So broccoli was on our list. We actually got all of our broccoli 50% off, mushrooms and peppers, which would otherwise be thrown out. I usually buy everything loose so that there's no packaging like this. But since we can't really avoid packaging right now and it's much more expensive to do loose onions, I did go with the bag of onions this time. Friendly tip to pick out your banana friends that are lonely. They're perfectly fine. They may be a little bit more inconvenient to carry, but they are great. And then we have our greens. The only packaging on this is just like little wire. Since I didn't have any spinach, I did opt for a frozen bag of spinach. And then on to bulk barn. So usually if you have seen my videos in the past, I actually have a video, I'll link it up here, how to shop in bulk, zero waste. But right now that's not really possible, so we still went and did a pre-order. We just find it a lot more cost efficient that way, and either way these things would be coming in packaging from the store anyway. Then from our health food store, I needed a new toothbrush. Most dairy-free cheeses are made from soy, so I usually can't have them, but this one is awesome. It is soy-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, and it tastes really good. We brought our dish liquid to get refilled, got some more laundry strips, and some fresh gluten-free bread, which is totally awesome. I'll show you my process and how I get everything cleaned up and ready to put in the fridge. But yeah, this is the realistic view of what our shop looks like. Alright guys, so I have washed all of these vegetables, and what I'm going to do now is kind of prep them for the fridge. So these I got 50% off, so you can see that there's a little bit of weird stuff on there. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that off before I put them in the fridge. And I'll just show you, that had a lot of water on it. I'll just show you how I kind of get things ready to store. These are also 50% off, and I might actually, depending on how they feel, put them right into the freezer, just because I want them to be good, and if I'm not going to use them right away, I don't want them to go to waste. What I like to do with the mushrooms is not keep them in these plastic wrapped seals. I like to have them a little bit so that they can breathe, and mushrooms the best in a paper bag so they absorb all the moisture. So as I prep my vegetables, don't forget to have your compost on the side so that you can put all the trimmings in there, and anything that would normally go into your stock bag in the freezer, make sure you have that on deck as well. Okay, so I have gone through all of the broccoli, and I've decided, since I have a good amount, that I'm going to chop half of it and put it in the freezer so that we have fresh produce later on in the next couple of weeks, and that the stuff that's really good will keep for the next week or so we can use it right out of the fridge. One thing I like to do is actually empty the potatoes from their bag so they can just breathe. Okay, so now we're gonna wash the greens, and I'm gonna store each one a little bit differently. So once I've rinsed it, I'm just gonna keep it damp and wrap it in a towel and store it like that in the fridge. So sadly, when I was washing the Swiss chard, I noticed that it was looking pretty shabby. So I'm actually going to trim it up as best as I can, put what I don't need in my stock in the freezer, and then actually freeze this as is, so I can just throw it into stir fries or pastas and saute it, because it's really not going to keep that long, and I want to make sure that I have some the next coming days. Okay guys, so as I'm chopping things up here, just want to show you what I got. I got one bag to put all the leafy greens in, my stock bag to put anything that's like not really good enough, and then one bag for the stems. So the stems are really, really good. I kind of treat them like celery stems, or celery in general. And so I'm going to put that in a separate bag because they cook differently than the greens. I might use them at the same time, but they definitely need to go in before the greens do. So I'm just going to take time to separate them. Let's get into it. Yeah! Alright, so we got one bag of chopped stems, one bag of greens, and more for our stock. Alright guys, next we got kale. What I do, it looks pretty good, so I'm going to keep it in the fridge for a little bit, but I am going to trim the ends so that I can put it in standing in some water in one of these jars. So next, we're going to organize our bulk barn purchases and actually put these in designated containers. I don't love getting these plastic bags, but it does say, which we had noticed before, that they are recyclable. It is what it is. I wish we could use our reusable bags, but recyclable single-use plastic bags, I guess, is the best way to go for right now. Alright guys, we have everything nicely put away in the fridge, in the pantry. Everything's cleaned up. And we're ready to stay another 2 weeks in the house. Try to do every 3 weeks. Well, actually every 2 weeks, but we made it 3 weeks this time. We've tried to support local businesses the last week. But yeah, we're fully stocked up now and we feel good. Definitely quite a process of getting everything cleaned up and put away after we go shopping, but it's definitely worth it. And the produce bags and the Remy?
Remy's just going to town.
Anyway, the reusable bags we will wash right away so that they're ready again for the next use. Hope everyone's staying safe, healthy, happy, and yeah, have a great evening, day. I don't know. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.